What's going on YouTube? It's Giga here with some more Series 8 Wi-Fi battles. Today we're trying out a different restricted in Solgaleo. Oh, I've actually never used Solgaleo before. I think I did like one or two practice battles before this video. So I'm really excited to see what it can do. So this is a standard weakness policy Solgaleo with Spectrier to trigger it with Bulldoze. I also do have a lot of like switching support in the form of Rillaboom and Incineroar for fake out. Moltres serves as a really good special attacker that's able to kind of sweep and have that spread move with Fiery Wrath. And finally, once again, I am bringing that Suicune. I think it offers just a lot of really good support this series, being able to tank a lot of big attacks, also set up that Tailwind. And Snarl is really nice. So as you can see, there is a lot of Snarl support on this team. There's also Fake Out from Incineroar. We have Will-O-Wisp from Spectrier, which is really big, and I think it's a really well-rounded team. It kind of functions as though your focus is Metagross, with Metagross having similar type or having the same typing, sorry, and a similar ability. So let's just kind of hop right into it and see what we can do with Solgaleo. All right, the first record our game we have Calyrex Ghost, Thundurus, Kartana, Grimmsnarl, Urshifu, and Zapdos. So it's kind of similar to my team. They just have Kartana and Thunder. So there is a lot of the option for Tailwind, and there's Grimmsnarl to set up screens. I think Moltres is actually really. I like Moltres. Do I want to do Moltres Suicune or Incineroar Suicune? Or not Suicune. I like Moltres for sure. I think it has the max. It can honestly, it can max and max Airstream and hit most of their team. So I think Moltres and Suicune is a really good option. Suicune can set up Tailwind. It offers Snarl in the event that they have something special, and they really, yeah, they can't. Or I could do Incineroar for Fake Out. I think Incineroar is a better option. I think Suicune in the back, and then Solgaleo as kind of a last option. I'm just trying to think if I want Suicune second. Um, no, oh, they do have Defiant. So I'm actually gonna put Suicune second and hopefully not timeout for like the fourth time in this series. All right, yeah, I think Suicune second makes more sense given the fact that they do have Defiant. And what it can let me do then is I can theoretically Tailwind and max Airstream if they lead Zapdos, which means that I have guaranteed speed control, or not guaranteed, but I should be the stronger one. So let's see their lead. Okay, so they're doing Spectrier and Zapdos. So this is actually really interesting because what do I fear more? Hmm. I wanna fiery. I'm honestly thinking Fiery Wrath and Tailwind, where even if their Zapdos maxes and max Airstreams, they're not going to be able to. I mean, they won't outspeed me under Tailwind. So I think this gives me the best option where I can try and knock out their Calyrex. I shouldn't take a lot of damage from either of these. It is risky because they can potentially go for a max and I can't, and I will be at far less HP. Okay, so they are going to max. I'm expecting it to be their Zapdos. I think, I mean, having seen it yesterday, I think Zapdos and Spectrier is a really strong pairing. So they're going to max their Zapdos. I'm assuming they're going to Airstream into Suicune, and they're going to Astral Barrage. So they are staying in, or they might Protect. Oh, they went straight for Astral Barrage. Okay. So Astral Barrage, Suicune takes, oh wow, very little. Moltres takes very little. That is super nice. Yep, Airstream into Moltres. Interesting. Oh wow. I did not expect them to knock out Moltres. That's really big. That's tricky now. Hmm. I do get the Tailwind up. Um, hmm. I could. I think then the option is Solgaleo. But Solgaleo takes super effective from their Zapdos. This is really hard. Um, I think max lightning into Zapdos and Snarl to try and drop Spectrier special attack. Yeah, I feel like if I drop it, Astral Barrage is spread. I can get rid of the Zapdos even if it is Focus Sash. Because Solgaleo should be faster. I am at +2. Yeah, this is tricky. This is really hard. Max Lightning should KO though. Okay. Oh wow, they're still faster. That's huge. So I do get the weakness policy off. As long as I move before their Zapdos. Okay, Zapdos, yep. Zapdos is going to go down. That means I can single target Snarl into their Calyrex, which is good. Their max is gone. I still have 2 turns of mine. Solgaleo is under, has the weakness policy boost, and we're about to drop Calyrex's special attack with Snarl, assuming it hits. It does great damage. Wow, half. It is single target. Suicune is just, it's so good. I think it's incredibly underestimated this series, but I think the fact that it has, yeah, I have Tailwind support, I have Snarl, so they do bring out Urshifu. I think I'm expecting it to be sashed. I don't think I can live another hit from... I think I'm gonna... I could Max Guard. I think Max Guard for the Sucker Punch, and then swap out to Incineroar. And then what I can do is I can fake out the... Not the Calyrex, the Urshifu next turn. Incineroar comes in. I'm able to Intimidate onto the Urshifu, which is really big, which means that, yeah, I can fake out and then Quake into... Speed Swap. Interesting. Okay. Wicked Blow. Oh, wow, nice. It doesn't hit their Max Guard. That's really sweet. So I can now Max Quake into the Urshifu with a Fake Out onto it, because that way, even if in a Sash, I'm going to break it. I'm at +2, so there's no chance it's going to live. And what that means is we're going to have their Calyrex at -1 special attack. And we're going to have +1 special defense. Cool. So Urshifu is going to get hit. Now, yeah, because they did the speed swap, it means that I get to go first. Oh, wow. It still lives? I did not expect that. That is actually a really big deal. Astral Barrage, it's going to do almost nothing. Oh, and I have no Tailwind. This is actually really tricky now. I did not expect their thing to live. Sunsteel Strike here. I think Snarl. I think I have to hope that I knock out with Incineroar. Oh, wow. What? How is... These speed tiers confuse me. So, Astral Barrage. Solgaleo lives. Great. Wicked Blow onto Solgaleo. Solgaleo goes down. Critical hit. Yeah, I mean, it's Wicked Blow. So now Snarl needs to connect on both, which it does. Wow, double knockout. I did not expect that. So now it's 2v1 Incineroar and Suicune versus what they have in the back. And I think that really depends on what they bring out. Suicune is really low, but it is something... Oh, and it's Kartana. So I can Flare Blitz and Scald. Yeah, I think the fact that I can Flare Blitz into... Oh, nice. Suicune gets to... Oh, because of a nerve. Cool. So Kartana has to target one of us. And I think... Kartana, yeah, it's not very effective, but I think the chance of the burn is really big. So I think they're going to target into Incineroar. And this is really frustrating because I didn't get a boost. Yeah, okay. Sacred Sword into Incineroar. Incineroar lives. That's really nice. It's going to trigger my berry. It's going to let me get the Flare Blitz off. And I think between Flare Blitz and Snarl, or not Snarl, and Scald, it should be able to pick up the knockout. Yeah, Kartana is almost at half. No burn, but like it doesn't really matter. And then Flare Blitz should finish it off. Yeah, cool. That was a little bit of an intense game. I think really utilizing Suicune helped, and the fact that Solgaleo can get really bulky really quickly, and kind of using the max turns efficiently of, oh, I can get a boost here, but then switch out, and taking advantage of the fact that once Calyrex kind of goes down, or not goes down, loses its special attack boost, it's not really that strong, especially when I have so many things that can resist it and keep just putting pressure on it. So that was all I really have to say. I think, yeah, I'm feeling good going into the next game, and I'll see all of you there. All right, game number 2. So we have Gigas Weezing, Urshifu, Kyogre, Landorus, and Regieleki. This is tricky because I like Spectrier as a lead because of the fact that it has Will-O-Wisp pressure, and I think Will-O-Wisp is really big, so is Snarl. I could do Rillaboom. Rillaboom is tempting, but that's a question of like, do I expect Gigas Weezing? Because then Incineroar, I think Incineroar Spectrier is my best option, because that means, I think Incineroar Spectrier is my best option. I think Solgaleo in the back is really good, and then probably Rillaboom. I think Rillaboom makes sense. Suicune, I don't get as much support. Yeah, it is frustrating that I can't raise my speed at all, and that I am going to be playing a little bit of a slower, more defensive game. But I think that's fine. I think, Solgaleo maxing is a good option, because if I can cripple the Gigas, it really sort of helps. So let's see what they lead with. I think their lead plays a really big role in how this turns out. So they're going to lead with... Okay, cool. It's Landorus Kyogre. And I think... Snarl is a big option. Snarl is actually really tempting. I'm tempted actually just to fake out into Kyogre and then... Okay, so what I'm thinking they're going to do actually is they can max Airstream with Landorus for the speed boost. So what I think makes more sense is to fake out here and then... This one doesn't have Snarl. Oh god. And then I think just Will-O-Wisp the Landorus. Yeah, I think I have... Oh god, this one doesn't have Snarl. This is why you should know your teams, because I was like, I'll just fake out and then I'll Snarl to kind of cripple Kyogre. Yep, here comes the max. Here comes Max Landorus. It's going to most likely Airstream into one of these. I don't actually know which one. I would... Max Kyogre. Oh, this is tricky. This is interesting, because they're not giving themselves a speed option. Well, gotta love chip damage, question mark. Spectrier, I hit the Will-O-Wisp, which is really cool. Because now, unless that Landorus has a Lumberry, in which case, I learned about its item. No Lumberry, Max Geyser, most likely into Spectrier. Cool. So Spectrier survives because of the Focus Sash. So I can get some more chip damage theoretically. Rock Slide, nope, no chip damage. Incineroar is going to go down, but like that Landorus isn't doing anything. I think... Yeah, I mean, this is a really easy switch into Rillaboom, where I can just, yeah, Gmax Vine Lash. Their Landorus is at -1, and I can pretty safely just hit into it. I feel like Max Guard, or not, nope, nope. Let's, yeah, I guess Parting Shot here, and then, which drum solo does more? Oh, wow. Yeah, and Gmax drum solo into the Kyogre. They don't really have any sort of good switch for it. They're probably, yeah, I feel like they're going to protect, and I think then I can safely switch out into Solgaleo, even if, yeah, if I am able to pull this off. What is really scary? Oh, they can't flinch me because I'm maxed. I always forget that. Yeah, so they could be carrying an ice move. Oh yeah, Max Hailstorm. There it is. But I am Assault Vest, so yeah, I should be able to take that very well. They switch up the terrain, so now they're gonna take Residual Chip. I'm guessing it's gonna be Rock Slide again. Yep, Rock Slide trying to get the flinch. Decent amount of chip on Incineroar. Drum solo into the Kyogre. I mean, I don't actually know the calcs. Yeah, there is no way I was gonna live. Cool. So that lets me safely switch out to Solgaleo. Solgaleo with Landorus being at, yeah, in its state. I'm sure they're gonna switch out their Landorus because it's so weak. It's at -2 attack with a burn that it's really not doing much outside of crits. I have Rillaboom here for support. They're not getting the healing from the grassy terrain. And yeah, Gmax Drum Solo is just so powerful, and I'm taking so little from any of their Pokemon, as their Landorus is just taking a ton of chip damage. So I feel like this is a really solid position. They don't have any sort of speed control at this point. So I mean, let's see if they bring out Weezing. Because they could have Gigas Weezing in the back, which I'm actually not terribly afraid of either. So they're going to bring out... Okay, so they bring out Urshifu, which will go down to Hail. So I think I could just switch back to Incineroar. Switch to Incineroar, and then... Or Wicked Blue is... Or not Wicked Blue. Wicked Blow is a crit. So I think Sunseal Strike, just in case I live, and then Gmax Drum Solo into the Urshifu to say, hey, even if you have a Focus Sash, you're going to go down to Hail. Yeah, I mean, that makes sense, right? I'm not saying, I think that's the safest play because they're going to probably single target. They're probably going to Wicked Blow into Solgaleo. Wicked Blow into Rillaboom. Interesting. Rillaboom. Okay, so Rillaboom's at 100. I should live a... Okay, so... Oh, wow. Solgaleo is faster than Landorus. So they have a bulkier Landorus, it looks like. Let's see what happens. So Landorus... I would have liked Landorus to go down. Superpower into Solgaleo. And that did hardly anything. And now Drum Solo into Urshifu. Even if it's Focus Sash, there is the Hail, but it's not, so it was banded most likely. Cool. Solgaleo, yep, is doing a great job. This Landorus yeah, it's gonna go down on its own. This is tricky. What do they have as a fourth? I don't want to say like it's totally over. They could like crit. They could double crit with Landorus, and what they have in the back could just be a powerhouse. It wasn't... So if it's not Weezing, Gigas... What is their fourth? Regieleki. Oh, yeah. I think Earthquake to do that. Oh, I don't have... Oh, yeah, because this is Assault Vest. Yeah, I think Earthquake is fine. That Landorus is going to go down. Double target into... Yeah, Landorus is going to go down from Hail and burn, and even if it doesn't have Incineroar with Fake Out. So Electro Web is fine. Rillaboom takes nothing. I don't get the speed drop on Solgaleo, so Solgaleo is going to be faster. God, I totally... Rillaboom takes nothing. Wow, I did not expect Regieleki to live. That's shocking. That was a crit. Superpower. God, Rillaboom. Rillaboom is still sticking around. So yeah, Drum Solo into Regieleki. Regieleki is going to go down from that. And now Landorus between Burn and Hail should go down as well. If not this turn, the next. Definitely the next. I actually think it's the next. Yeah. So I just need to stall it out. It can go for... I just protect with Solgaleo and then switch out Rillaboom into Incineroar to lower its attack even more. There's no way it's surviving another turn of burn. That was game. I think, yeah, not having Snarl on what's it called, Spectrier, was really tricky to play around, because it meant that my initial plan of how to start things off and why I brought Spectrier wasn't the best idea. And I think the fact that my opponent went to max Kyogre really kind of helped, because it meant that Rillaboom very easily could come in and fight and max and take it out. And it limited their speed control, because I had sacrificed mine by not bringing Suicune, and so did they by going with Kyogre max. It was interesting. I think Solgaleo really did a good job. Rillaboom was awesome. And yeah, I'm kind of excited for the next game, and I'll see all of you in game 3. All right, third battle of the day. Maybe one more depending on how this one goes. There is Urshifu, Dialga, Rillaboom, Entei, Whimsicott, and Thundurus. This is tricky. There are a lot of things my opponent can do, and I'm just trying to think of what is the best option. I'm really afraid of Defiant, but I do also have Rillaboom. I have Rillaboom with... no, but Rillaboom is risky with Thundurus because it can just Airstream, and I'm giving it a free Airstream target. I like Spectrier. I feel like Spectrier is a... Spectrier or Suicune? I could do Spectrier or Suicune. I think with Solgaleo and then Incineroar. Incineroar has Snarl. I want Moltres, but I feel like there's no good way to bring in Moltres. We're gonna... Alright, well, we're gonna try Moltres. I think... God, I need to stop playing so close to timer. I think if I can trigger the burn onto what's it called, the Thundurus, which I expect to lead, that will really help, because then I can max Airstream and kind of match their max Airstreams. Okay, so they're doing Whimsicott, Thundurus. Oh, this is tricky now, because they can Tailwind. I'm gonna still try and burn this, and I think max I could max Guard. I like that option. I'm gonna max Guard with the expectation that they're gonna Trick Room and Wild Charge into Moltres, and I think, yeah, that should... If I get the burn off, I feel really good. I think then I can start applying pressure with Spectrier as well. Yeah, so they're gonna max. It's gonna be Thundurus. If it's not Trick Room. If it's Tailwind max Lightning into Moltres, which I expect it to be. And even if it's not, I do have the Sash on Spectrier. They could taunt. They could do that. They could taunt my Spectrier with what's it called? With Whimsicott, which would be really bad. But I don't know how much they expect Spectrier to be carrying Will-O-Wisp. So let's see. Taunt would be really bad. Max guard. That's fine. Oh wow, they went straight for an attack. That's really interesting. Moonblast. Moonblast into Spectrier. Spectrier lives. Are they doubling up into Spectrier? Oh wow. They doubled into Spectrier. And Spectrier lived. More importantly, Spectrier lived. So now they have a speed advantage, but they are burned. So I think... I don't really want to switch. No, I don't want to switch. That's the problem. I don't have a good way of knocking out... No, I do. I have Solgaleo in the back. Yep, so here's the Tailwind. So they're going to win the Speed War, which is really unfortunate. Max Darkness, yep, it's going to hit into Spectrier, knock it out. Yeah, this is tricky because I don't want to give it the boost, but I also don't want to bring out Solgaleo, but I think I have to. I think I have to bring out Solgaleo. Oh, Koba Berry, cool. Koba on Whimsicott. Yeah, that protect turn one wasn't the best play, but there was no way I could have known that they were gonna double up. Cool, critical hit. What is the restricted? I totally forgot. They have. Sorry, I'm trying to think what. This is frustrating. You can't. This is one of the things I don't like is you can't see your opponent's Pokemon while you are trying to make a switch. So, and I like keep forgetting things. Okay, so they have Dialga. So in comes Dialga. In comes Solgaleo. I don't. This is hard. Yeah, because they can. I don't want to trigger the Defiant boost, but I almost feel like I have to. Because I need damage onto Dialga. Yeah. I mean, it's burned, so it'll be back to neutral. Dialga's going to protect. Yep. Where you're probably going to max Darkness. You're going to max Darkness into Solgaleo, which will trigger my weakness policy, which is really good because it should be enough that I can hopefully knock out the Thundurus. I am at +2. Max Darkness. Yeah, this is risky because they are getting an attack boost for like very, very little return. Yeah, all I'm doing is boosting Thundurus's attack. So I think this knockout will determine the game. Wild Chart, wow. Oh my god. Solgaleo did nothing. But they're no longer maxed. So that's relatively good news, I guess. How many turns of Tailwind are left? 2 turns of Tailwind. I think Wild Charge here, Fiery Wrath into both of them. They could pick up the double knockout, in which case it's just Incineroar, like 1v1ing them. Oh wow, I did not... Yeah, because it's +2. That was such a bad idea. Earth Power into Dialga, or into Solgaleo, probably going to knock it out. Yep. And now it's Incineroar, who is going to stand 0 chance. Yeah. Thundurus is such a big problem for this team. And I think even with the burn, I kind of led poorly, and I don't think I should have brought I don't think I should have led with what's its face with Moltres. I think I committed a max too early, and now I have them with a Defiant boost. So like I can't do much. What am I gonna do? I'm gonna fake out here, take a hit from Dialga. I'm gonna take an Earth Power from Dialga, and then what? Flare Blitz into it. Fake out. Yeah, they're gonna go down. Cool, but that doesn't really mean anything because yeah, Earth Power. Unless it does like absolutely nothing. 201 to yeah, that did over half. And oh, because it's Life Orb. I don't have my berry. Oh, I'm not in Figgy range. Yeah. Oh, and here's Urshifu. So that's game. A little bit frustrating, but yeah, I think these games. I don't know why these games are so quick. Maybe just don't talk enough at the end. I think it's quick enough that there is the chance for another. I do want to see if we can see their Thunderous spread because the fact that it lived a +2 Solgaleo Wild Charge is pretty interesting. Oh no, they don't. Okay, that's fine. So I guess yeah, 4 games because these are so quick, and I'll see all of you in hopefully the last one. All right, last game. Ooh, cool. So we have Yveltal, Raichu, Landorus, Whimsicott, Rotom Wash, and Stakataka. This is interesting. I'm half. What do I want to do? Solgaleo in the back. What's really tricky is that Raichu. I could do Incineroar. Incineroar Suicune is actually really tempting. And then I think Solgaleo with Spectre is nice because it can trigger the policy, but that's also risky. Rillaboom is hard because Yveltal just doesn't care. Moltres gets a boost as well. Spectrier, Burns aren't doing too much. Rillaboom. I'm gonna... Moltres... I think I'm gonna go with Moltres just because the risk of... Or not the risk, the chance that Fiery Wrath flinches. I think it's really tricky because of the fact that they have Raichu and Rotom Wash. And the fact that I brought 2 things that are weak to that is really, really risky. This is arguably not the best for Raichu. Yveltal is scary. And guess what? It's Raichu Yveltal. I think then the best option is to... Yeah, because that Raichu's going to outspeed. I think then fake out into Raichu. It might fake out back, which is actually really good. And getting a Tailwind off with Suicune. So I think, yeah, fake out here. And then Tailwind here. And then honestly, like I can just start snarling and just... Okay, cool. Fake out into Incineroar. That's actually totally fine. Snarl. Oh, wow. You're going to snarl as well. We're just going to all... We're all going to have a snarling party. Special attack fell. My special attack fell. I'm going to Tailwind. I think if I can knock out the Raichu, Suicune's not actually the worst thing to max. I want to Flare Blitz here. And then I'm going to Snarl as well. I want to start making it so that Yveltal can't really do much. But yeah, if I can knock out Raichu, I would feel really good about maybe even, maybe maxing Suicune. I think if I had brought... Oh, that Raichu might still outspeed Incineroar. Because Incineroar is like dirt. Slow. Yeah, Thunderbolt into Suicune, not the worst. Yeah, especially because of the thing I'm afraid of is Nuzzle or some sort of paralysis. Cool. So, yeah, not much. Incineroar, Flare Blitz. Hopefully picks up the knockout. Oh, God, thank goodness. And honestly, yeah, that kind of lets me safely... As weird as it sounds... No, Suicune's at -2. So I don't actually really want to max Suicune given that. I could switch out Suicune, switch it back in, but I think the fact that they might bring a Whimsicott. That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, they're gonna try and Tailwind on their own. I think Flare Blitz into the Whimsicott and then Snarl again, and we just kind of play a Snarl war, where yeah they're gonna Tailwind, so we're tied for speed. This is interesting that they're just snarling with Yveltal. I don't understand. Like, what is their plan? My special attack, yeah, my special attack fell, but so what? So Snarl, I'm gonna break any sort of sorry, any sort of sash on Whimsicott, take it down, and now it's a 2v4. What? Oh, eject button. So whatever they're bringing in is taking a fake out from Incineroar. This is weird. Which is a Landorus. That's actually tricky. I think, yeah, Inner Focus is great. Flare Blitz into Landorus. Takes a decent chunk. How much is Suicune at? I think... Oh, I have Moltres in the bag. I thought I brought Spectrier, and I think Icy Wind. I think even if it has a weakness policy, it's at low enough where, yeah, I mean, it lets me... You're just still snarling. I don't... This is weird. Moltres special attack fell. Suicune special attack fell. Earthquake. Yeah, if Suicune goes down, it is a little bit tricky. Suicune lives, very big deal. Because now I can Icy Wind. Double connects, very big deal. Oh, but my special attack is so low. Oh. Yep, there's the weakness policy. But, I mean, it does mean that... Fiery Wrath. What is their Yveltal at? Yveltal is at neutral. And I think then... I think Fiery Wrath, and I think switch out to Incineroar? Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to get off a safe Nasty Plot. Or not a safe Nasty Plot, a safe Tailwind, which I don't think is possible. There is the argument to be made that Solgaleo would have actually been the better choice. I think if this thing keeps snarling, which at this point it shouldn't, it Rock Slides. Yeah, Incineroar doesn't take much. I don't get why they're not maxing. This is really weird. Yeah, they're just still snarling. I don't... Oh, they flinched me. That's annoying. The thing I was trying to do to them. Fake out. Yeah, fake out Yveltal. If they're not gonna max, I should be able to live another Rock Slide. Yeah, this is weird. Because they're just... Are they trying to timer me? They're bringing out Whimsicott. And they're just staying in with Yveltal. Okay, they're finally maxing. And they're maxing Yveltal. I think that's a little tricky because what that means is that I can bring in Solgaleo. Yeah, that's hard because Solgaleo then would have to take a good amount of big attacks. Fake out does nothing. Max Airstream. So you're trying to get some speed into the Incineroar. Incineroar hangs on. Relevant. Great. This is tricky now. What? Fiery Wrath is going to do nothing. Critical hit. Yeah. Moltres is So you're gonna try and Tailwind there. Um, I'm gonna try and Air Slash here, and I don't think this is gonna work. But if I can get a Parting Shot off into their Yveltal, I think. Oh, you're just going straight for an attack. Yeah, you're just trying to straight knock out Incineroar. Okay, so this is actually really tricky now. Moltres, Air Slash into their Whimsicott. Their Whimsicott goes down. And now it's 2v3. I do have two super low Pokemon. Let's see. Moltres goes down. I do have my max. This is their second turn. And their Landorus doesn't have a boost. Solgaleo. Oh, wow. It is literally. Solgaleo's already. Yeah. Oh. Solgaleo Suicune versus an Incineroar. Or not Incineroar. Versus Yveltal and Landorus. This is going to be actually really hard. I think what has to happen is. Oh, because Yveltal can just... If Yveltal goes for Airstream, that's one thing. So I have to max Lightning. Yveltal's so bulky. I think I have to Tailwind. Do they have a Tailwind up? Yveltal has +1 speed. So I think max Lightning into their Yveltal. And if I can get a Tailwind... If Suicune lives... That's really big, because what that means then is I can apply more pressure with Suicune, and it doesn't have its special attack dropped. Solgaleo, I think now this is just going to come down to a question of bulk, because I should be taking a hit from... Yeah, I'm going to take a hit from Yveltal and a hit from Landorus. I mean, Landorus probably can safely Earthquake. Oh, you're going to Airstream. You're going to Airstream Suicune. You're going to probably Airstream Suicune and then Earthquake with Landorus. So if Landorus goes first, you'll trigger my weakness policy, and then it's a question of how much damage does it do? Superpower. Interesting. Okay, so you're lowering your own stats. You're letting me get off a max Lightning into Yveltal. Oh my god. Oh my god, Solgaleo, why are you so weak? Oh, wow, that damage output makes me want to cry. Oh, my God. Solgaleo does literally no damage. Jesus Christ. I'm just gonna hit Yveltal again. And then hope it... Okay, cool, You're gonna hit me with a Dark Attack, trigger the weakness policy, so I can do some semi-decent damage to you. Earthquake. So I'm at 226, so I need to be above 113. 130. Cool. So, assuming this max Lightning knocks out this Yveltal, which thank goodness it does, I should have enough HP, barring a crit, to survive another Earthquake and then knock it out with max Steel Spike. So this should be the game. I don't see max Steel Spike not KOing. Yeah, Earthquake, I should live just barely. 8 is more than enough. 8 is greater than 0. Get the max Steel Spike, and down goes Landorus. This game was weird. I think the fact that they kept snarling so much so early was really tricky. And the fact that we kind of played this game of like bouncing around stat drops until they finally did max. But, I mean, I'm happy. I think I really got to show off what Solgaleos can do, and the fact that it's so, oh god, it's so weak without weakness policy. And I think a lot of other Pokemon too had a big chance to shine. I think there's this idea with the max Pokemon that it should be the central focus of your team. But, I mean, Suicune put in a ton of work today. I was able to really utilize Rillaboom when it came out. Incineroar obviously is doing just incredible stuff. So, like I said, I have one or two more teams that I do want to show off. And then having the chance to kind of go back and replay some games with teams that didn't really get a chance to shine. So until then, I'll see all of you later.